Hello, everybody. I am Jake Davies from Limbo. I guess I would be considered the lead singer, even though my brother sings on a lot with me, and he lets me play guitar a little bit, but he'd be the lead guitarist. Yeah, we're a rock band out of Long Beach, California, and we just released, or are releasing tomorrow night, I should say. Not sure when this airs, but yeah, Thursday night in America, our full Unplugged album is going on to all of the various streaming services.
Fantastic, Jake. Thanks for joining us today.
Pleasure, brother.
So, as you say, mate, it doesn't really matter what date it is or when it is, but your new album, man, Unplugged, is out July the 18th. It's so close, mate. You can almost taste it. Like, how you
Yeah,
feeling?
exactly. I'm stoked about it, man. It's always interesting with the music thing because you make something and then it takes a long time for it to finally get out there. I think we've probably wrapped recording on this one shit like late last year, and we've been going the route of selling physical discs of it first because streaming doesn't make you less than a penny these days, and we feel like there's enough of our audience that would pay for the pittance of what a CD costs, would pay that for the chance to get to hear it before everybody else does. So that's kind of what our latest model of it all is, and then we release the song by song on Spotify and hopefully do a video for every one of them. And then now we've just about got through the whole Rolodex, and the whole thing's coming out tomorrow night.
Right, nice. Now, as the title suggests, the 9 songs are all acoustic renditions. So, I believe I were better known for your hard rock edge, mate. So, why decide to do an acoustic album?
Yeah, we grew up just absolutely adoring the MTV Unplugged era, especially the Alice in Chains. I must have listened to that album performance, that live album, thousands of times in my life. So we've always really liked it. And there was a sort of a stint in time when the electric version of our band, wasn't able to perform. Drummer was away, stuff like that. So we just started jamming with our friend Jason, who used to be famous for being in the Butcher Babies years ago. And started jamming with Jason, just doing sort of acoustic stuff. And we just really got a taste for it because as much fun as the live electric rock and roll party stuff is that we do, there's a real romance to playing the acoustic stuff because you just got a lot more room to hit more emotion and sing a little bit more than belting it out constantly like I have to do it. It's the electric stuff.
Nice. Now, out of the 9 tracks, 6 are originals and 3 are covers. So, firstly, we'll start with the originals, mate. Like, are they all completely new songs or are they acoustic versions of older ones?
Oh, geez, that's a good question. I think the only older one that's on there is the live version of Little Darlin'. That was one we had from our very first little demo CD, but it's really come to gain a new life these days. I think when we first made it, I didn't do the funny kind of voice like I do now on it, and yeah, it's become almost like a Louis Armstrong mixed with God, what's his name? Guy that wears
Daffy Duck.
the, the little fedora. He wears the fedora. Um, it'll come to me. I'm
Come
your
back to me.
man. That guy. Anyway, yeah, it'll come to me. I think that's the only one that's a bit of an older song. All the rest of them are, yeah, brand new, brand spanking new.
Nice. And the album opens with the flamenco strains of Estrada, which is a beautiful piece and sets the tone nicely for what's to follow. So, is that why it was chosen to lead the album, just because it does set the mood so nice?
Yeah, I feel like if you put an instrumental song like in the middle, it feels a bit weird. And it's a short song. It sort of felt like, yeah, set the tone kind of song. And that was one that I wrote when I was like 13 years old, I think, when I was a
Oh, wow.
kid. And Luke, I'd always sort of dicked around with it, playing it on acoustic guitar at parties or whatever the hell wherever we're at when we're drinking and not having a serious performance. I'll always dick around and play that one. And Luke had the idea, oh, dude, we should put that on the Unplugged album. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, that's my old school teenage song. Made it into the Of Limbo fold. I was very honored when Luke offered that.
Right. I didn't. It's really brave starting off with an instrumental too, mate. You don't hear it very often, but it's also very effective. I think it just it grabbed you straight up. I think it was a really perfect way to kick things off.
Yeah, and I mean the other cool thing about an instrumental is like I know for myself, I will instantly dismiss a band if I don't like what the vocalist sounds like. And I've got very
That's so
particular
true.
taste, you know? Like it could be the greatest music song ever, like musically, but then if some guy comes in with a whiny kind of voice, I'm just out, you know? So if somebody doesn't like our singing on the rest of the record, well, you got Estrada and you can listen to that one.
Oh, cool. Now, as mentioned, there's also three covers on Unplugged. So I want to run through them one at a time and tell us why you chose that particular song to cover and how you reworked it in your own image. So we'll start with the Van Halen cover, finish what you started.
Van Halen one was a suggestion from Jason Klein, our fretless bass wizard that plays on all these unplugged songs with us. Um, I love Van Halen, but I'm not that well versed in the catalog. And Luke knew the song instantly, so they played it for me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is cool. I can do a decent Sammy range sort of voice." And yeah, it was just a sort of a completely different flavor from the rest of the songs that we've got on the album. It's much more upbeat and bright. And we're actually friends with Andrew Hagar, Sammy Hagar's son.
Oh, wow.
And he said that he sent it on to his dad, showed his dad, and dad gave it the thumbs up, said it was great. And actually, before we finished it, I told Andrew that we were doing it, and he went to Pops and asked him, and or told him about it. And Pops said, "I've got one piece of advice for them: do a lot of cocaine and get really horny." I thought that was hilarious. So I don't know if we fulfill that in the creation of it, but we definitely put our own little spin to it, and it's a fun song.
Nice. Then you got a cover of Radiohead Street Spirit.
Yeah, that one was a me suggestion. I've always loved that song, and I just feel like as much as I love Tom York's vocals, he's got this beautiful falsetto easing in and out of it thing that he does. It always felt like a song to me that could translate into having a bigger Cornell kind of vocal over it. You know how Cornell does those amazing vocal performances over acoustic songs like Seasons or Hope and Promise Fade. I just always thought that Street Spirit would lend itself to doing something like that. And we tried it with me doing it a few ways, and it was pretty good, but it was a bit yelly, and it didn't quite hit what I wanted. And then we came up with the idea of getting our dear friend Lucas Holter from Whiskey and the Wolves to come sing on it, and he just brought over a bottle of whiskey, belted out like 5 takes, and at the fifth take, we were just like on the floor, like laughing because it was so fucking good. Me and Luke were just
Good up.
getting hysterics about it, how amazing it was. So yeah, we used this final take pretty much front to back, and that's what's on the final recording. He blew it away.
Nice. And then the third one is a live version of the Alice in Chains classic Down in a Hole, which incidentally is a really fucking good version too, bro. You did great.
Thanks, man. Well, that's one that I don't think we took too much creative license with. You can't improve upon perfection of Lane and Jerry, so we pretty much we've been playing that song, me and Luke, just two acoustic guitars with each other for years and years. It's a great learning song as almost any Alice in Chains song is. Great learning song for harmonies. And often me and Luke will choose to switch who's doing the Lane and who's doing the Jerry. It's just a great exercise to, keep your chops up in the harmony world. And while we've been playing it live in the acoustic unplugged sets, people just always respond great to it. It's a phenomenal song, and everybody that likes rock music loves it. So we figured, yeah, throw our little live version on the album.
Nice. As we said before, bro, like of Limbo are better known for being a hard rock band. So I think it's a great idea you guys doing an acoustic album, but was there an element of risk there at all? Like that people would get the wrong impression that was all they'd heard of your music?
Well, that's a good question. I've never really thought that someone might hear the unplugged stuff and dismiss us as a whole. I actually more thought it would be the opposite way, that people would see the unplugged stuff and then they dive deeper into our catalog
Well, let's
and
hope it is.
hear some of the nothing but now stuff where I'm screaming my ass off and be like, what the fuck is this? I thought I was getting some beautiful soft acoustic music.
Well, I think it's a great, it's a good introduction to the band, and like I say, it is well known that you are a rock band too. So I reckon kudos to you guys, mate. Good on you for doing it.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, it was really intent initially we thought we were gonna like I think we started it in January last year and we're like, oh yeah, it'll be done by April. Just a quick thing just to get these songs out of us, and then we'll move back to all of these electric songs that we still have to get properly recorded and put out there. And then sure enough, we get sucked into like fine tuning it and getting it exactly as we want. We are originally thinking it was just going to be a live album pretty much the whole way through, like the Nirvana MTV
Oh,
one.
yeah.
But then as some of the songs were being created as we were recording them, like demoing them as we recorded it, the final version, we just kept adding more bells and whistles and, really exploring what the song could be rather than just what it would be if it was us sitting there just banging it out with two guitars and a bass.
Yeah, nice. Now, are you gonna on future albums? Are you gonna rework these acoustic ones into the electric album, or are they just gonna stay as a centerpiece acoustic?
I would say if there was one that might make it onto a future album electric version, it would probably be something real. I've got a real soft spot for that one, and I know Luke does too. I'm not sure in my head what the drum beat would be to it yet. That's always going to be the biggest sort of, will it sink or will it swim thing is if you can find a drum beat that really feels right with it, I think. And that's the one that I would say has the most potential of being a electric song in the future.
Oh. Now, yourself and Luke were both born and raised here in Australia, in Melbourne, mate, before taking the gamble and moving overseas. So tell us how and why you left home in search of music success in America.
Well, you got it almost right. So I was actually born in America, and then
All right.
mom married an Aussie when I was 7 years old. And then after living in Melbourne with mom and dad, they created the prodigal son. Lukey popped out of mom, and then we grew up, yeah, living in Melbourne for shit most of our lives. And when I was about 23, I decided after finishing uni and whatever that I was going to go move back to America because I don't know, it seemed like a big adventure and we had family here already living in Long Beach, so it wasn't too much of a, you know, throwing a throwing myself to the wolves kind of thing. I had a bit of a base here and then yeah, after living here for a while, Luke graduated high school and started playing music together, dude, and we just had so much fun we didn't want to stop. So that's where we are now.
Nice. And have you come back to Australia to play as of Limbo?
We have never played in Australia, actually. I'd love to. Not sure how that would all work, but I'm sure if they build it, we will come. We did tour with Wolf Mother one time out here. That was cool, but yeah, I'd love to go back and jump on a Wolf Mother tour in Australia. That'd be great.
Fuck yeah. Now, speaking of touring, bro, you've got some live shows coming up. So tell us about them.
Yeah, we've got Viper Room on the 8th, and the thing about Viper Room is every year I'll see a new article saying that it's going away and that they're turning it into apartments or something. And luckily, it hasn't happened yet. But every time we get a Viper Room show booked, I play it like it's my absolute last because you never know when it might be the actual last one we ever do at Viper Room. It's a real Hollywood home for us. We love the people that work there. We love everything about it, the history, the venue. It's a great experience every time we play there. So that's the big one that's coming up. There's a quite a large venue out here in Orange County called the Observatory. That's actually where we played with Wolf Mother.
Yeah.
But we're going to be playing that one, I think, in early October. And then, yeah, I'm not allowed to say the specifics of it, but early next year, we've got a tour that is slowly coming into formation under a much larger band than we are. So we're very excited about that. We might be out of the road for like 2 months or something. I'm really pumped for that one, but can't let the cat out of the bag yet until they actually nail it in, and we know for sure we're doing it because I wouldn't want to get anybody excited that we're coming to their neck of the woods when we're not gonna, if we're not gonna.
True, true, true. And where's the best place for people to either get your music or keep up with what you're doing?
Well, YouTube has all of our stuff, every one of the streaming services have all of our stuff. But I guess if you want to connect with us in our daily lives and see everything as it comes into the pike, go to our Instagram, dude. We stay pretty active on that thing, posting every other day, whatever, and doing countdowns for whatever the hell the next video is that's coming out and next song that's coming out. But yeah, we're on all the streaming services, Spotify, you name it, collecting our royalty checks of 2 cents a year,
28 cents
etc.
a month.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Now,
Not enough to pay for the tin in this can, right?
well, before I let you go, Jake, I've started a new section called Photo Bomb. So basically, I trolled through your social media before we jumped on the phone. I found a few
Okay,
photos that I want to know a little bit more about. So start
sure.
off with this one. What's going on there?
That was our last tour. I'm glad you chose that one instead of the one with all our butts showing. Um, so
Maybe.
yeah, that was the last tour with Faster Pussycat. We decided to treat ourselves on that night to an actual proper hotel room instead of crashing in the van. And yeah, we found ourselves a nice little jacuzzi to wind down in, and it had a red light, and it looked like we're bathing in blood, like
I,
Slayer.
I was going to say, hopefully it is a red light. Otherwise, whoever's farting has got some serious issues.
Has some serious issues. Yeah. And I promise we do have board shorts under there. We are not completely naked.
Fair enough. Now the other one, I think you've just already given the given it away, brother, but it has got something to do with naked butts. I'm not even going to try to
Oh,
guess what's
okay.
going on.
Well, that's another blast from the past. Okay. That is with our friends Some Hearts, which are out of Oklahoma. We had finished a tour. I can't even remember who with right now, but we'd finished a tour, and the last date I think was in like Texas or something. So driving all the way from Texas back to Long Beach and having no shows in between is a long, arduous haul. And we hit those dudes up, and they happened to be playing a show in Arizona. So here we are posing some disgusting ways in I think that's the women's bath. Oh no, that's a men's bathroom at least, thank God. And it looks like Ian's taking a poop in the fucking urinal, which is surely not appreciated by the staff.
No comment. It's fantastic. All right, Jake. Well, thanks very much for your time, bro. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Unplugged is out July the 18th, and it's a fantastic listen, bro. So best of luck with it, and hopefully we see you out here for a beer sooner rather than later.
I would love to, mate. And one other thing, you asked about where to get stuff.
Yep.
If you are like me and you like the old school of physical music you can touch and feel, you can get the CD of the Unplugged album, but also very soon we have vinyl going up of our first album, Nicotine. So yeah, hit our website of limbo.com and there'll be plenty of cool things for you to acquire if you so are inclined.
Fantastic, brother. Well, I'll let you get back to that tasty beverage you've got there, mate, and make sure
Thanks,
you keep
mate.
being nice to the neighbor.
Go Bombers.
Go the Bombers. Talk to you soon,
Go
bro.
the Bombers.